Yeah.
We're back.
It's good to be back, guys.
Yeah.
I'll just fade that away.
Fade it away.
Just thought I'd catch up with you quickly.
Good man.
I know you're shooting off to the Midlands and elsewhere. Promoting the National Grid for Learning.
Indeed.
Just wanted to catch up with something that, I think you first rose around May time.
Yeah.
Which is to do with our Concierge branding.
Yes, Concierge.
And I just thought, just catch up with you for a minute or two on where we are with that and what's it all about and how it will benefit schools.
Well, first of all, I've got, we're going to make a whole load of big announcements over the next few months because we want education to be a sort of world-class exemplar coming out of the UK, yeah? And in order to do that, we have to make some fairly big investments and changes, which are very exciting. You can say I'm exciting, I'm sort of shaking here, dying to share all of this, but if I start with the basics, the one thing that's important when you're running an organisation and providing products and services to your customers is they get a good service, right?
Yes, I think that's a standard requirement.
Before you start talking about all the big stuff, you've got to do the basics,
I
right?
think what they'll have an expectation of what they want, and what we've got to do is be even better than that.
Correct.
So they're getting a lot more than they thought they were getting.
Absolutely right. And the heart of it is good quality customer service, and how can we, what are we doing about it? How can we do it better? And I've been listening carefully to schools, to multi-academy trusts, to partners, and they've given me lots of feedback. Not all of it great. Most of the time it's okay, but clearly there are things we can do better. And Concierge is part of that. Let's do it better. So what we focus on here is, is how can we personalise the services more to schools, and secondly, how can we act as a safety net when things are going wrong or things fall through the cracks and for whatever reason get missed. And part of that, of course, is Assemble, where we can provide a much better and simpler way of finding out about LGfL services, how you're using them, how you're consuming them, and how you can do much more with them. And Assemble is now live.
And that's a real-time view at school level of what's going on.
Absolutely.
So that's assemble.lgfl.net.
Yes, you got that web link right for the change. Yeah, that's right. So Assemble's now live, so you'll have a single pane into LGfL, and we're rolling that across schools over the autumn. And that, as I said, provides that personalised view and personalised way of interacting with LGfL services. So you're seeing how you're getting on. There's also going to be a point where you can actually tell us when you're not happy about how things are and what we need to do differently. Which brings me to the sort of concierge concept, really, that on the website we're going to be adding our nice new website, by the way, which is
LGfL.net.
www.lgfl.net.
That's the one.
Yeah, that nice new cool website. You've got to go there, everybody, and have a look. We spent ages on those icons and those images. But on there, we're going to be adding a button called Concierge, and on that button, you'll be able to tell us if there are things you're not happy with, or things that you'd like us to do a bit more quickly, like give you an upgrade or find out what's going on with the savings. And that will be the first part of that journey of, giving schools a way of communicating quickly and directly when things aren't going so well, warning us that there's things that we could do better, and also getting things done quickly, like upgrades that would ordinarily take, who do I contact to do this, making that more straightforward. So, and what you'll then see with the concierge thing is, we'll start off with, as I say, a smaller set of things that we want to put right quickly, and we'll continue to expand and grow the width of concierge, so it spans a whole lot of extra things over time.
Yeah.
So the schools are not going to just get a general kind of help desk service or a general kind of product, or it's not me-gov type approach. They're going to get something where we're going to try and be much more attuned to the schools, much more connected to the schools and raise the bar on those services that we're delivering.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good that a school can get in touch with us anytime, rather than some of these concierge variations you see out there, where it says, please choose your option from the drop-down list, and the one you want to discuss is not on there. I think this is going to sort of have free text involved, isn't it? So that the comms get through.
Yeah, I'm a great believer, with this is a new service. We want it to get traction. We want schools to start using it. It will be a route in that's quick to say, look, something's not right, or we want some help with this, and sometimes, in the world that we live in, some problems are more complicated, and sometimes the boundaries between the local network, which is under the management of the school, or a partner or a third party is looking after it, and LGfL, which is providing the connectivity, the filtering, and all those cloud-based services to schools. And sometimes, it can get quite blurry as to if something's not working or something is working. And sometimes, if the job's worth, you'll basically say, well, once I've established it's not me, goodbye. We don't want that. I mean, if there are challenges between the interfaces between the LAN, the local network, and the WAN, we want to try and help the support team solve those problems as well. We had an instance today, I won't mention who it was, but we've been working, there was a group of schools in a part of the country, not in London, and we had a complex problem with the performance of the web, of the internet service, and everyone said, it must be the filtering. And when we actually spent time analysing the problem, we found out it was the configuration on some switches that had been installed. But if we'd have walked away from that, it would have been quite complicated for the support organisations and the parties to solve it. And that's a kind of example of tuning the service requirement to the needs of the audience, rather than just saying, here's a bog standard generic service, that's it, we're not going any further.
It was great to see the resources we have at LGfL, the personnel involved, going that extra mile.
Yes.
And finding out what the client needed to know.
Absolutely right, and this is what we need to do going forward. We're in the past, LGfL has been more remote. Now we want to get closer to the customer, and now we want to provide the skills and capabilities to support people in a different way. And I think, hopefully, I'm hoping that schools and partners are going to find this extremely helpful.
I'm sorry, the timeline for all of this. I mean, everybody's probably seeing that. When's this all going to happen?
It's happening. It's happening now.
Happening now.
Yeah, it's happening now.
Okay. So the timeline.
Rolling it out over the autumn.
Yeah.
And then scaling it more widely from then on.
Okay.
And we're out of time because I'm being told I've got to get on a train and travel north. So can we put the music on?
Yes. Let's have a go at that and see what happens.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Give me a high five.
Here we go.
Concierge, coming to you soon.
Multitasking here. Good to see you.
See you soon.